Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning into Action Media Reviews. I have a brand new product that I'm putting out. I want to go over it today with you in a video. That is something similar to the clamshell cases that I offer for 3 3/4 inch figures or 4-inch modern figures. There's two sizes of those that I have available with over 40 different insert cards. Well, now I have a case for 6-inch figures. Yes, this one has a Marvel Legends card inserted at the moment. Let me show you what that looks like with one of the newest Marvel Legends figures. Here we have the 90s animated series Wolverine in one of the cases. Yes, the bubble does extend quite a bit up past the figure, but that's to accommodate an assortment of 6-inch plus figures. Depth, we also have a pretty decent depth. This will fit a wide variety of figures, and you could also put your accessories into a bag, have those in the bottom, have the figure standing on top of those, and still not fill up the bubble. But this was the best fit that I could get. I do have a case that has a smaller bubble that's a little bit shorter, but it's not as deep, so it's not going to fit as many figures in it. But anyway, here you go. Here's the Wolverine in the case, and I have added his accessories into an acid-free Ziploc bag. The same thing that I'm going to show you with a Cobra infantry figure. And you have all kinds of options as to how you want to display these, but I do have the Marvel Legends insert card. It's just a basic insert card. You could put another card back here if you wanted to with information or whatever. I don't really see that as being necessary. You can actually even write on this if you wanted to, but it's just the Marvel Legends logo at the top with a black background, and most figures will pop really well on this background. This will save a considerable amount of space over something like this. Here I have a MOC Masters protective case for a sealed Jigsaw figure, and you can see the size difference in these two cases, depth and everything. So you can fit more onto a hook. You can hang these guys on a wall. You could actually, they're not equipped to stand up on a shelf. They don't have the lugs at the bottom like some of these cases do. This one in particular will stand on a shelf, but these do hang really, really well, and they help to conserve some space. And a lot of you all have the same issues that I do, where space is limited. And I'll be moving some things around. I'm probably going to open the majority of my Marvel Legends figures, put them in these cases. That way I can hang them up. The larger Build-A-Figure sets will not fit in these, but I do have access to some cases that larger Build-A-Figure sets will fit into. I think I just have to get the sizing correct. I'm not even going to bother showing those right now, but I've also been looking at something for Masters of the Universe figures. But moving on, first, I only have 3 card backs available for these. We put together a design for a classified series card back. It looks like this. We went with the classic styling of the G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero logo with the explosion background and just a classified series stamp on the front, laid over everything, just designating it as classified series. I have the G.I. Joe card back as well as a Cobra the Enemy card back. But we have this Cobra infantry figure here. I'm probably not going to display all of my classified figures in these, just because I already have all of their boxes in protective cases. These cases will fit the majority of figures. I have not tried them all, but they will fit the majority of figures. If I can get this tape off here for the knife, I'll show you. I'm going to gear the figure up and just show you what all you can store inside this case along with your action figure. So let's get this knife into the sheath on the chest, and he'll wear his helmet, get his little Nerf pistols out here. One on the front and one goes in the holster on the back of the figure. I'm not really sure why he needs a New York reload on his vest, but whatever. And you also have space to put a rifle onto the back of the figure. That's one of the things that I love about these classified figures. Most of them you can gear the figure up completely, and everything will go onto them via a backpack or a web system with these plugs. I really like that about these figures, especially if you're doing anything with them loose. Now, I'm not sure if he'll fit very well with that rifle being on his back, but we will find out. Put the helmet on his head, like so. And here I have that empty case. And it looks like the rifle is actually going to cause a little bit of interference there, so I'm going to take that off, and it will go into one of the plastic bags that I was showing you. So here's the figure in the case, card back inserted, everything locks together, and we have a pretty good display. He is not pressed against the front. He does touch the front of it, but as you can see, there's no deformation or anything. It's not like he's in there real tight, but the figure does look really good, I think, in the case on that explosion background. I should have positioned his feet a little better because he does have the hip and calf rotations, the hip and calf rotators. But just to show you how that figure looks. And again, like I said, there's a little bit of space in there. We're gonna see if we can get him straightened up. His feet have moved a little bit, and he wants to lean over, but that'll be taken care of if we put some equipment in there next to him. And as a matter of fact, one of the things that I want to show you down here that I purchased is a rocket set from, I've actually got a whole box of Gridiron Studios stuff down here, including one of the gas mask heads that they just put out. So we'll take a look at this as well. But this kit here, I'm probably not going to take all this stuff out and mess with it and try it on the figure and whatnot. But I just want to show you that all of this will fit inside the case with the figure. Let's figure out a way to get this displayed properly. Just to show you the versatility of these new clamshell cases for the 6-inch figures. Move him over a little bit to one side. All of this packed away. Now he's displayed with everything. Everything is in there with the figure. Not only are the figures, the accessories that the figure came with displayed in the case, but also one of the Gridiron Studios packs, and you can still see that there's no deformation. It's not crammed in there. It's also serving the purpose of holding the figure in place a bit. Yeah, the way that it's in there right now somewhat obstructs the classified series stamp that's on there, but we can move all of this around. I did keep the Gridiron Studios card in there just so that, just for display purposes. All of this stuff will be able to be put into a plastic Ziploc like this and still fit into the case. As a matter of fact, there's also room for the alternate head, the gas mask head from Gridiron Studios. We can open this up, swap out the heads, see how that looks, and go ahead and put the accessories into a Ziploc bag here. This figure I'm probably going to leave in this case and let him hang on the wall, just because I already have the infantry figures I'm not going to open, set up with protective cases, and they're on a shelf where they will live. Pop the head right off, no problem, and the new head. Hey, you know what? Gridiron Studios just got a one-up point from me, because a lot of other 3D printed heads require sticky tack in order to go on a figure. Well, not these. These pop directly on, and they're not loose. They stay as they should. Gridiron Studios, you guys have done a fantastic job with all of the accessories that you put out. I was a little bit iffy on the new heads, but these heads fit and they look fantastic. They fit right on the neck ball. I am impressed. Thank you so much for putting out a great product. I, for one, appreciate it greatly, and I think that looks awesome. It's a really good color match, and I think that it's going to look great. And here, I'm going to put the helmet onto the original head. This is the helmet that's going to, or this is the head that's going to stay on that figure. And I'll just drop this this helmeted head down into the plastic Ziploc bag. Let's keep this one separate and put together another one for the Gridiron Studios accessory pack. Here, we may leave the backpack off. Leave the backpack out of the bag. And what we have here is the launcher for, this is the RPG, the rocket propelled grenade launcher. We have some extra grenades that would 3M tape onto the figure somewhere. We also have an AK-47 with a launcher underneath with a detachable magazine that will lock into place like so. The stock does not unfold. Just FYI, that stock is attached. It will not unfold, but it's still cool nonetheless. I do wish there was a point of attachment for the stock. You do see that you have a lug here. I don't think that'll attach to anything. I could be wrong. We will give it a shot. Hey, I was wrong. For once, I was wrong. So it actually does attach to the backpack via that lug. Now, doesn't fit very tight, but it does fit right there. Yeah, not the best fit. It's a little loose, but it does attach to the backpack. You could fix that. You could thicken that up a little bit with some paint, or some people like to use like a nail polish or something, I think. But anyway, just to show you this real quick, these grenades do fit into the RPG launcher. So the grenade pack will stay assembled like so. I'm going to go ahead and drop these into this bag with the figures, with the accessories the figure came with. And I probably won't need to fold this bag up or anything to fit it into the case with the rest of the stuff. But I do have the original head, the original rifle, the new AK-47 with launcher, and I'm going to drop that RPG launcher in there as well. Because it'll fit. And it'll keep everything nice and organized. There we go. All of the accessories, minus the backpack, minus the knife and pistols that I've put onto the figure. Let's get his head straightened up. His feet are pretty straight. Get him situated inside the case. And put these accessories right behind him. You're going to like this, I think. I like it. I think it looks good, and these are a great way to keep everything together and visible. Just like this. Everything's right there with the figure. Again, no bulging. Everything has plenty of space, and you've got a nice, neat package to hang up on a hook. Display the figure just like so. Now, one of the things about these cases is that you can either, if you wanted to seal these up, you could either staple them, you could glue them shut, or they lock together in a very solid way. If you have any experience with these, you'll know how solid they lock up. You don't have to do any of that to make sure they stay sealed. I like the fact that you can display your figures like this, and like if you're wanting to put together a diorama for a photo shoot, or you want to take them out and mess with them or do anything with them, you have the ability to do so with these cases. It allows you multiple options for storage, display, and just all around having a nice organized way to keep all of your figures so that they're not living in a tote. A lot of people, myself included, have the issue with some of their loose figures living in a tote and not seeing the light of day. They'll get figures and immediately they go into a tote or cardboard box in a closet because they just don't have anywhere to display them. If you would like somewhere to display those figures, I would suggest Slat Wall that you can buy on Amazon. It's $100 for a 4-foot by 4-foot section. You add screws into studs and you have a really nice track system that you can use for shelving, as well as an assortment of sizes, an assortment of lengths on these hooks. And I've got some that are 10 inches, I've got some that are 6 inches, and as a matter of fact, right here behind me over this shelf, I have 10-inch hooks that I can fit, I think, 6 or 7 MOC Masters cases for 3.75 figures onto, and they work great. But I am really happy with how this has turned out, and I think that as far as like my troop builders and some of my custom figures and whatnot, I think that I will probably keep them in these cases. I have a Kit Bash cover girl that I put together using a Marvel Legends figure and a Lady J figure. I think that I'm going to give her some extra accessories that I received in this pack from Gridiron Studios. And again, this has a whole bunch of stuff here in this box. There's a new head for an Alley Viper. There's another RPG set. There's, I don't remember what this one is, but it's a helmet with NIM4, a knife, etc. There's all kinds of stuff in here. Plenty of really cool items to put with that Kit Bash cover girl figure. She's a tanker. I think that she probably needs some heavy duty weaponry, but she'll look great hanging up with this guy. And anyway, these are on eBay currently. I will include a link to the eBay sales, to my eBay store. I'll include a link to these products. And as far as pricing goes, all of these cases, I price them at $11.99. I sell a ton of these for $11.99 as singles. These are priced at $11.99 for a single. I'm going to break that down to you and help you to understand, if you don't, that I'm not price gouging you on these. That covers my cost of materials, That covers shipping and eBay fees. Now, if you want to purchase multiples at a time, you can shoot me a message on eBay. You can buy multiples at a time for a discounted price. You can send me an offer. I have that enabled. I don't typically accept offers for single cases just because it costs me almost $5 to ship a single case, especially with the rise in shipping costs that's just ever increasing. But I do have these fantastic looking classified these cases with the fantastic looking card back inserts for the classified series and for the Marvel Legends series. So if you're looking for a new way to display your figures, don't hesitate to try these out. Message me, get something set up. I just wanted to show you how these work and how your displays will look, how your figures will look displayed in these cases. And this is the first one that I've put together with a G.I. Joe figure, and I am impressed with it. I like it a lot, as a matter of fact, and I will do more. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put one together with an Alley Viper with that gas mask head, and have a nice heavy-duty Alley Viper ready to go in one of these cases as well. And the CoverGirl figure, too. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Check out my eBay store. Don't hesitate to contact me about anything you may be interested in. Shoot me an offer. We can work something out most likely. If you look in the description, you'll see Facebook groups. You'll see a link to my Teespring store where you can purchase Action Media Reviews merchandise. And if you are going to be at the, I think it's the 11th annual, it's either the 10th or the 11th annual, I think, Kentuckiana G.I. Joe Toy Show in Louisville at the Hilton Garden Inn by the airport. That is July 29th. Come and see me. I'll be set up. I have a booth there, and a couple of friends from the Facebook groups are going to be there with me. All right. Thanks for watching. Yo Joe.